Okay, so what happened to Bvlgari, Pour Homme, and Pour Homme Soir, the two fragrances that I loved? A lot of other people loved them. That's why you clicked on this video more than likely. What happened to them? Why can't you get them? Here's my bottle of Pour Homme here, and it's almost empty. But you can seem to find it on eBay, Etsy, or independent Amazon dealers. And here is one of these unopened purchases from eBay. And I'm going to open this on camera. And my prediction is I got burnt. This is supposed to be a 3.4 ounce bottle of Pour Homme Soir, and we'll see what happens. But first, I want to talk about what happened as to why you can't get it and why you can get it at other places. You can't get it from the mainstream, but other places have it and it's expensive. First, I want to give a disclaimer saying that I do not speak Italian. I do not speak French. And for any Italian and French people that watch this video, I fully understand. I'm totally slaughtering the proper pronunciation of Bvlgari, Pour Homme, and Pour Homme Soir. From what I understand, Pour Homme means for man or men, and Pour Homme Soir means for man evening. It was a scent that came along later to complement Pour Homme. And just for trivial purposes, the reason why there is a V in Bvlgari, from what I understand, what I read a long time ago about that, and that is it's the old Italian alphabet where the letter U was shaped like a V, something to that effect. Anyway, so let's get right into it. What happened to these two fragrances? Why can't you get them from the Bvlgari website or from the other mainstream places that you used to purchase them? And the simple answer is they've been discontinued. Why they were discontinued is what I cannot seem to find out. What I did was about a year ago, I did a search when I couldn't find it, and I did like a Google search, just a standard Google search. And what I come up with was it was discontinued. And then just before I did this video, a few days ago, I did another search just to refresh that information and see if there was any new information or anything that I missed. And I came up with the same information, and simply put, they've been discontinued. There's no reason as to why. Bvlgari hasn't given a reason as to why they were discontinued. Now, I'll put a couple screenshots up here. You can pause the video and read these if you'd like. It doesn't really give you, it gives you a little bit different information than, it puts better information, better way to put it than I can speak it on camera. I'll put these up, just a little information there to read, and then we'll continue on with this video, and then we will get to opening that package. Now, let's get right to opening this up. Okay, so here it is. It seems to be, just first glance, it looks good. But let's take a closer inspection of it, clean a little bit of the dust off of it. It seems, this, just at first glance, I'm going to say, again, I'm an amateur at this, but I've been buying this for years, and I've been buying it from different places. And even before it was discontinued, sometimes I noticed that the wrapper would be loose. The wrapper is extremely tight. And that's just, that doesn't mean that it's authentic, but that does mean that you got a good shot. So the wrapper seems to be nice and tight. Let's go ahead, and I'm not going to fast forward, so you're going to have to suffer through this part of it because I actually want to take the time and show what it is that I got here. I'm kind of getting excited because if this is authentic, this was an excellent purchase. Because I'll show the screenshot here in a minute. Okay, so the other thing we want to look for is, and I'm going to check these out later, and that is batch numbers. but so far everything looks good on the box. The packaging looks good. How you can tell, this part of the packaging you can't really tell, but if it seems extremely cheap. Okay, so the big camera died there. I don't know what happened, but to pick up where I left off, if a big camera, yeah, my big camera, I'm having problems. So we're going to finish this with the little cameras here, and I think that'll be suffice. So I'll get it closer to the little camera. If your packaging seems extremely cheap and chintzy, then you know for sure. But here we go. I know my big camera's going to die, but I'm going to hold this up. Now, it is the proper size bottle. And it's a tinted bottle. It's not the clear one. This would be Pour Homme. This is Pour Homme Soir. And it's in a tinted bottle. And let's get it opened up. It doesn't strike me right off the bat as being exactly. Let me spray a little in the air. Yeah, I honestly say I don't think that is the real stuff. Okay, so this is kind of a part 2 of this video. I had to end the recording session that day because I was having so many technical difficulties. The big camera was overheating, and it never does that. The action cameras were set up at the wrong angles and everything. And anyway, I just had to come to an end that day. And that was over a week and a half ago. And in a way, it was a blessing in disguise because it gave me a week and a half to actually use this. And in the end, I'm convinced that this is the real deal. I'm convinced that I got this bottle for 50 some, the price is right there, off of eBay, and it's the real deal. I just have a feeling it might be a little old and it's been around for a while. In going back and reviewing the video that I had shot, and when I was opening the package, because you remember I opened it on camera, when I first took it out, it had a lot of dust on it, like real thin covering of dust. And in hindsight, I'm like, this has been sitting on a shelf somewhere. This has been sitting on a shelf in a storeroom. So that was one thing that led me to believe that it was authentic. And then after a while, I started feeling this cellophane plastic, and it always seemed before that when I got cheap versions that I knew were knockoffs of any fragrance, not just the Bvlgaris, this plastic, sometimes, yeah, it's not wrap tight, but also it just has a different feel to it. Like this plastic has, it's so hard to describe. It's something you have to feel and see the two of them next to each other. But this just, it doesn't have that super rattly sound. It's just like a better quality plastic cellophane covering is all I can say. And again, we do know that the premium, authentic premium brands use premium quality material even in their packaging. So now here was the final thing. The final thing was when I was reviewing the video I had shot, and I had kind of, I don't know if I can reproduce it here, but I kind of held the bottle like this and I sprayed it up into the air. And when I went back and looked at that, I seen how fine the mist was. And that is another telltale sign that you have an authentic cologne or perfume or whatever it is. The little atomizer here, or Mr. Atomizer, it's very fine and it blows out. And if you get a cheap knockoff, a lot of times the atomizer is cheap and it squirts a mist, but not that super, super, super fine mist like this does. So in the end, I'm very happy. I wore this for a week and a half, and people were commenting, a couple people that I work with that know me and see me every day, and they knew that I don't wear this anymore. And the one girl, she smelled it right away because she loves this. She actually would get it for her husband. And when she smelled me wearing it, she's like, where did you get it? Where did you get it? And I told her I bought it off of eBay. So all I can say is best of luck. I took a chance and I won out, and that's it. So what I am going to be doing, I am going to be going to the fragrance reproduction website, and I'm going to order up some of this, and I'm going to test this, and I'm going to test the photo by Lagerfeld and see what we come up with there. So that'll be the next video that I'll do on fragrances. I don't often do videos on fragrances, but that'll be the next fragrance video. I'm going to order the stuff. Actually, as soon as I'm done recording this, I'm going to go to that fragrance website and check it out. And then if it's good, I'll recommend it. If it's not good, then, I won't really recommend it. So, hey, I hope you like this video. I hope it gives you a little bit of information, some food for thought, and what happened to the original fragrances of Bvlgari. They're discontinued. But if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. A subscribe would be nice. And let me know in the comment section what your experiences were, if you've ever had any, of buying off of eBay or Amazon with these fragrances. Thanks for watching. And most of all, folks, have a great day. Thank you.